Welcome to Haas Pavilion at the University of California, Berkeley for our live ESPN Plus coverage of the 2024 NCAA Gymnastics California Regional Final. These are the teams that have placed their names in the brackets to compete in today's final here at Berkeley, and they are prepping for what will surely be a thrilling competition at the Haas Pavilion, hosted by the number 3 team in the country, the California Golden Bears. Let's take a look at the brackets in this regional. Denver, UCLA, Arizona State, and Washington competed in the second round 2 days ago. California, Auburn, Stanford, and Southern Utah were later that evening. But the 4 teams that advanced till today's regional final are Denver, Arizona State, California, and Stanford. Only 2 of those teams will earn a ticket to the national championships 2 weeks from now in Fort Worth, Texas.
Cal was absolutely stunning and led by great all-arounders and a dynamic duo in Maya Lazan and MJ Frazier. Denver's story was one of resilience and, of course, special performances like Bella Mabanta. They went lights out on floor exercise, anchored by Jessica Hutchinson with a 9.95 and Stanford's Chloe Widner with near perfection on 3 of her 4 events. While Arizona State clinched their position with Anaya Smith's vault. This celebration speaks louder than words, and Sienna Samley on the uneven bars with a 9.9, and right behind her another 9.9 from Jada Mangahas.
Hi everybody, I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark, and we've already seen some thrilling competition this weekend here at Berkeley. Now today is the regional final. Only 2 teams will make it through to the national championships. We can expect plenty of drama, plus some really gutsy and exquisite gymnastics, can't we?
Bart, you and I have done this for so long, and the one thing that we have learned about regionals is expect the unexpected, and that's exactly what we got in round 2. I think they maybe got their heebie-jeebies out. We have 2 seeded teams and 2 Cinderella teams. That is a phenomenal recipe for a really great competition.
All right, we already have 6 teams have qualified through to the championships. Today we will crown the final 2. It'll be Stanford, Denver, California, and Arizona State. Stanford opens up on the vault with Amanda Zhang. On bars, it'll be Rosie Casali for Denver.
Stanford was so good on vault. Tied for the best team on this event with Cal during round 2, and they're off to a great start with that Yurchenko full. Rosie Casali over here on bars hitting a great handstand. Really great swing, and as you said, Bart, we are in for a treat with such exquisite gymnastics. Great technique, clean, polished form from all these teams.
Andy Lee gets that all-important spot to lead off the home team, the California Golden Bears, on beam.
And Cal is as good as it gets on this event. Great beam should show off complete flexibility and extension. Great acrobatics like this pass right here, front aerial to a back layout step out.
Meanwhile, Kayla Lee will lead off for Arizona State on floor. 4 events going on here, but only 2 at a time. We'll cover them all, and you can follow the scores on the right side of your screen.
Little bit shy of that front double twist on floor exercise on the first pass. See that extension and full split in the air on the leaps on balance beam. Exactly what the judges are looking for. Back 1.5 to front layout on floor. Here comes the dismount on beam. It's a tucked gainer full off the end, and a great landing. Good start for Cal on beam.
Andy Lee, the senior from the Chicago suburban area, coached by her parents, now having become one of the most valuable players for the Cal Bears.
Really nice job on those leaps on flow exercise, setting up her final pass here. It's a front with a 1.5 twist. And a good start for Arizona State.
Back at vault is Claire Dean on vault now for Stanford.
Oh, with a Yurchenko full, that was a little bit lower than it should be, so she had to pike down to get that landing. Those will be the deductions on that vault. And these Yurchenko fulls have a 995 start value, so that's the maximum score that those vaults can earn.
It's been a busy weekend for all of these teams. They did have a rest day in between yesterday, so hopefully they are fresh. But these young ladies have competed week in and week out since the first week of January.
Beautiful work.
Kylie Rourke. Oh no!
Unfortunately overbalanced that handstand. That's an aggressive mistake. And normally a coach would want to, if you're going to make a mistake, they want it to be aggressive, really going after the big skills and the all-important vertical handstand. But that is a 0.5 of a point deduction for the fall.
Good time to remind people, here's how scoring works in college gymnastics. 6 athletes compete on each event. You count just the best 5 scores towards the team total. So you can drop a low score if there's a mistake, but it's quite rare that Kylie Rourke has a mistake on the bars. Rosie Casali set them off with a 9.875 as Maddie Williams opens up on the beam for Cal after Andy Lee started them off with a solid 9.825.
And more elegant, polished work by Cal on balance beam. This is such a great event for them. They're ranked 2nd in the country on balance beam. And it's not just because of these beautifully executed and difficult skills like the back handspring layout, but their polished presentation. Look at the full split in the air. That is completely 180-degree split. Lovely positions on the poses.
I mentioned Cal is the 3rd-ranked team there in the top 6 on all 4 events, and the last couple of years they have really been setting the standard in terms of elegant presentation. They have 4 all-arounders competing today.
Here's the dismount on beam, back handspring to a gainer full, and a stuck landing. That is a terrific routine. It'll get big score.
On floor for Arizona State, Hallie Gregoire, after Kayla Lee led them off with a 9.8.
She opens with a difficult E tumbling pass. This is a full twisting double back, full twist, and 2 flips.
Gregoire, the freshman from Moorhead, Minnesota, the only freshman to consistently compete for this very senior team at Arizona State. They have 9 athletes that are either seniors or graduate students. Brenna Noltz now for Stanford on vault.
A different looking vault here. It's a full twist onto the table out of the round off, into a back pike. Look at the distance. Excellent distance. This vault is a 10.0 start value, and she executed it very well. Middle pass. That's a Rudy to a layout step out. You see the high energy and the support from her teammates in the background. This is so much a part of college gymnastics. Even though you perform alone, you have so much support from your sisters.
One of Arizona State's best events yesterday, or 2 days ago in the 2nd round qualifying, was their work on the floor, followed by their superb work on the uneven bars. Ella Cesario on beam for Cal, as Madison Ulrich mounts the bars for Denver. The score for Rourke was only a 9.325, so Denver in a bit of a hole here. They need 4 hit routines to come away with a respectable team score in this first of 4 rotations.
Watch this amplitude on balance beam on the back handspring layout. See how she rises off the beam. She was a little more careful than usual. She usually flies that little higher. Great landing there by Madison on bars. Good comeback. They need these hit routines in the remainder of the lineup.
Ulrich, just a freshman from South Carolina. The score they're hoping to replace is the 9.325. So far on beam, Cal has a 9.825 and a 9.9.
Dismounts with a 1.5 twist, just a tiny hop on the landing. So far, every beam routine has been hit and hit well.
The next vaulter will be Chloe Widner from Stanford. In the second round of competition, she won the all-around title, and she was just lights out, as well as 3 event titles out of the 4.
3 9.95s. Her gymnastics is just exquisite. The amplitude on that vault. She is so high and travels so far for great distance. Kimberly Smith came up big for Arizona State on this event. Opened with a double pike. Combination passes a front full to a front layout. The judges look for that second somersault to rise even higher than the first.
Kimberly Smith had a 9.925 in the second round of competition here. The highest score for the Sun Devils on floor.
Watch this leap series here. It's a switch full into a straddle full. The judges look for them to complete that full rotation on both those leaps.
MJ Frazier will mount the beam now for California after a 9.85 for Cesario.
MJ is exciting to watch on this event. Balance beam is a very controlled event, but you also want to go big. Be aggressive, attack. And MJ does that so beautifully. Here's her acro series. It's a front aerial right into a back handspring. Notice how she keeps those arms moving. A little bit of a break. She didn't panic, however. Just a slight overcorrection. Nice release skill, back-to-back release skills on the uneven bars by Mia Hebing. Lovely leap positions on the balance beam. Let's see this dismount on bars. Double layout, high fly, floaty, just a hop on the landing. And the dismount on beam, cartwheel into a 1.5 twist, little hop on the landing. They're being slightly more cautious here. Still attacking, however. I want to stress that.
The 50th year of Cal gymnastics. They were 7th in the country last year, tying their highest finish ever, hoping to make it to the final day of championships this year in Fort Worth in 2 weeks. Ana Paula Gutierrez came up with a big vault the other day.
This is a 1.5 twist. 10-0 start value. Really well done. Not quite a stick on that landing, but the 10-0 start value gives this vault score a huge boost. That's a fun celebration. I'm not quite sure what that is, the full turn with, I think she was a full twisting tree.
Emily White on floor for the Sun Devils of Arizona State. Normally quite consistent. She had a fall at the Pac-12 championships a couple of weeks ago, but had a 9.85 in round 2 here at Berkeley 2 days ago. Maya Lozan will mount the beam now for Cal.
Watch this mount on beam. It is so lovely. the flexibility, the balance, the originality. Very good control on the wolf turn.
Currently the high score for Cal on beam is a 9-9 from Maddie Williams. NJ Fraser's score is the low score so far. It's a 9-8.
I love Maya's exquisite posture on beam. This is such an elegant presentation. 2 back handsprings to a layout step out. That's a triple series. You get extra bonus for connecting those 3 skills. She performs with so much poise and confidence throughout this routine, and that just elevates the routine to another level. Jessica Hutchinson on the uneven bars for Denver. She has some big, beautiful swing. Here's the dismount. I don't want you to miss Mila Zahn's double twist. It is so high and so gorgeous. And a perfectly stuck landing. It is spectacular.
So California has 5 hit routines on beam. What a way to start, and they got 1 more to go, and that's Gabby Perea.
Bart, that was side by side stunning. I love the beam and bars going at the same time. Just so beautiful.
Remember, for Denver on the bars, they had a 9.325 earlier in the lineup, so they need 1 more hit routine here in this first rotation. Stanford has been solid, but no scores yet in the 9-9 range on vault. Here's Anna Roberts.
1.5 twist. It's a big one. That's a huge vault, higher than any of them so far. They'll take a deduction for that large step, however, so they may not get to that 9-9 range. But excellent vaulting.
Jada Mengahas now will go for Arizona State. They've had solid scores on floor. 9-9 was the score for Emily White, and every other score has been between 9-8 and 9-9 for the other 3.
So great to get her back in the lineup. She was out for a couple of meets after a fall on vault at one of the competitions. She opens with a full twisting double back, a difficult E skill. Keeps that front foot down.
As Gabby Perea mounts the beam for California, the score is in now for Maya Lozan, a spectacular 9.95. Their high score there, so Cal has 5 hit routines. Perhaps even 1 more now in this first rotation, the critical event of balance beam.
And Gabby's routine is a can't miss routine in terms of you just don't want to miss it. That difficult acro series, the front toss into the back tuck, very difficult and unique. I want to stress something old timers will remember: ROV, risk, originality, and virtuosity. Gabby shows it all on beam. Watch the extension and height of her leaps. Beautifully split, nicely connected. And now watch the dismount. So unique, original. Hit chick into a side somersault and then off the side of the beam with a 1.5 twist. She hopped back, so they'll have to take a slight deduction, but it is so fun to see skills that are just out of the usual.
Because certain types of skills tend to score well, you end up seeing sort of cookie-cutter routines in college gymnastics. Great to see something special and unique. As Riley Mundell now on the bars for Denver. This is a very important routine. Remember, they're trying to replace the 9.325 of Rorick. Hutchinson came in with a solid 9.9, and this looks good so far.
This is important, and it is stellar. Such great bar work. I love that routine. The technique is superb. The high-flying release skill was magnificent, and watch the dismount in replay. So floaty, so stretched in that laid-out position, kept those legs together, had to fight a little to keep the feet from moving on the landing.
So a clutch routine for Denver there, because it will be a big score for Riley Mundell. Jada Mangajas, another 9-9 in a row. Second one after White for Arizona State. And that brings up Hannah Scharf,
who has been so important to this Denver team and the success they've had through the years. Really helped elevate this program to some of their best finishes. Last year, Denver finished 8th at Nationals. They want more. Nice combination, pass front full to a tuck front.
Currently Denver and California tied, but a 9.95 would put Arizona State at top if Hannah Scharf can score it here.
Finishes with a pike double back. Beautiful job. As I said, she's been a qualifier to the national championships for Arizona State, and so great to see her come up big for them in this anchor position. Really nice form in the air, nice height off the floor, and a great controlled landing.
And as expected, a terrific start for all four teams. Denver, California, both with 49 fours. We wait for the score for Hannah Scharf. Arizona State will complete this rotation, and Stanford has a 49-1-5 on vault. That has been a difficult event for the teams to stick. And so most of the low scores we've seen here so far at the California Regional have actually been on vault. Still waiting on the score for Hannah Scharf, but you saw every score between 9-8 and 9-9 for Arizona State. Here it comes in, it's a 9-9, the third 9-9 in a row for the ASU Sun Devils. And so by 25 thousandths of a point, they are currently in third behind Denver and California, tied for first. Yesterday, two regionals held their finals round, sending half of the field to the national semifinals in Fort Worth. When we come back, we'll show you who they were. It's already been a really thrilling weekend of gymnastics at 4 different regions around the country. LSU, they placed their name in the bracket. Arkansas the same, they hosted and they were just outstanding. What a great moment for the Razorbacks. So here is who has made it so far. LSU and Arkansas, and then we'll complete that session 1 of the national championship today with the remaining 2 teams. But Oklahoma, Florida, Utah, and Alabama, truly the blue bloods of college gymnastics, have made it through, and they'll be competing in the final session. Talk about the great college programs of all time. Suzanne Yocklin at Georgia had 10 titles. Greg Marsden at Utah, 9. Valerie Condos Field at UCLA had 7 titles. And Sarah Patterson is tied with KJ Kindler with 6 titles. And KJ Kindler, the only coach still currently coaching, has a chance to up her tabulation of national championships. Hi, everybody. I'm Bart Connor, along with my fellow Olympian Kathy Johnson-Clark. And Kathy, when I look at that graphic, I think about the great teams in the history of college gymnastics. Certainly, Oklahoma is one of them. Now, we're watching spectacular gymnastics today here in California, but I think about it for a second. Is Oklahoma beatable by any of these teams we've seen this year?
Before I answer that question, I want to remind people that Florida, Rhonda Fain, also won 3, and Michigan, Bev Plotke, won 1. So we're going to have to expand that mountain at some point. Now, to answer your question, can anybody beat Oklahoma? Oklahoma can beat Oklahoma. And I mean that in both ways. Yes, if they make a mistake, they open the door for other great teams, because that's how close and how much parity there is in women's gymnastics. They can also beat themselves by being even outdoing themselves. We have seen them escalate, elevate every single meet.
You mentioned how good Florida was. They were spectacular in their regional down there in Gainesville today with their season high score, and we'll see them in the championship in Fort Worth.
Yep.
Let's take a look at some of the first rotation highlights. They were great.
Stanford, just like they were yesterday, went big on many of their vaults, found a couple of those landings, those all-important stuck landings, and the ones that weren't stuck were oh so close.
All right, in this next rotation, it's Arizona State moves to the vault, Stanford on bars, Denver will be on beam, Cal goes to floor. Here is Emily White, leadoff vaulter.
It's the full twisting Yurchenko. Really nice execution in the air. Big hop on the landing.
Ana Paula Gutierrez for Stanford on bars.
She had an outstanding leadoff routine to get them here, and comes up big as well. Very difficult dismount, double front with a half twist.
Momo Iwai for Denver on the beam.
She is such a great leadoff performer on this event. So calm, steady, and really performs excellent skills. Triple series here, backhand swing to 2 layout step outs.
Momo Iwai from quite a renowned gymnastics family. I saw her father today, Nori, who's an outstanding coach at Texas Dreams, and her brother is one of the best junior gymnasts in the United States. I watched him to compete today spectacularly in the regional at Oklahoma for boys.
Great opening beam routine for Denver. And a beautiful first pass for Maddie Williams on floor exercise. Cal is ranked 3rd in the nation on this event.
Quick reminder how close this meet is. Top 3 teams separated by just 25 thousandths of a point after the first of 4 rotations. We expect it'll be tight all the way today until the last athlete lands the last dismount. Manga Haas on ball.
Oh, nice block off the table. Well done, and a great controlled landing. And I actually have to correct myself. It was Denver who was 8th at last year's Nationals and wants more. Arizona State's best finish was 9th in 2021. Didn't want anybody thinking I had a senior moment there. Here's Maddie Williams. What a great opening routine for Cal on floor exercise. Just like on beam, they're very lovely in their presentation.
You mentioned Arizona State. They came into this competition ranked 22nd in the United States, and here they are now fighting it out for one of the final 2 spots in the championship. So they have really performed superbly here late in the season. Abby Thompson now on beam for Denver, and Ava Sorrento for Stanford on bars.
And Abby had a little slip up on her mount on beam. She was supposed to jump right into the splits, and the front leg slipped off. She covered it well, but it's still a noticeable mistake. Stanford was outstanding on this event. In qualifying, I just love their form. I love seeing these legs so straight, so together throughout the bar routines.
Denver showed a bit of nerves in the second round of competition. 2 scores in the 9-7 range, including one from Thompson.
Ooh, nice combination, dismount, side aerial into a 1.5 twist, made it look really easy.
But after the nerves, they followed up with Bella Mabanta and Jessica Hutchinson's with 9.95s to average just under 9.9 in that rotation. So we're just seeing quality gymnastics everywhere.
Yeah, and good resilience to come back from mistakes.
Cesario now for Cal on floor had a 9.9 in qualifying as Hallie Gregoire gets ready to vault for Arizona State.
Opening pass on floor is a full twisting double back, or back 4.5 to a front full. Oh,
what a
look
vault.
at that vault. Absolutely fantastic. In flight and landing.
Arizona State's lowest scoring event in qualifying was the vault. They had a 49.2. Doing a terrific job here so far.
They were like lightning in a bottle in round 2, and they are just carrying on with that same energy and confidence.
Cesario on floor coming after Maddie Williams led them off with a 9.925. And Mia Hebink will mount the beam now after Abby Thompson got a 9.8. EY led them off with a 9.85.
Last pass is a double back in tucked position. Oh no!
And a fall. Oh.
And that is her acro series, meaning she's going to have to repeat it in order to get the connection. So she does the front toss again, and oh no! Oh gosh!
My goodness.
And now I don't think she even has time to repeat it because there's a time limit on beam, which is why she's a little rattled and confused, not sure what she should do, because she does have to have an acro series, otherwise it's a flat 0.2 point deduction, and she won't get the bonus.
Plus
or
with
the
2
skill.
falls, it's 5/10 each, so this is going to be devastating for Denver as Brenda Knoll starts on the bars for Stanford.
Nice transition into that packed salto on low bar. Good pirouette on the low bar. Toe blind full on top of the bar into a tuck double back and a great landing. And unfortunately for Denver, they know this is the score that they're going to need to drop.
Gracie Reeves next up for Arizona State on vault.
This is a Yurchenko
Gregoire
1.5
had a
twist.
9.95 before her.
But it's in tucked position, so legs are deliberately tucked and bent. Oh, a little, just mistimed. The block was out of position, so the rotation wasn't quite there, or the height. She did manage to get it to her feet, though, so it's a hit vault. Just has some deductions.
Ella Cesario, the second straight 9.925 for California as Kyan Mayhew mounts floor.
Mounted with a difficult front double twist into a front pipe. Lovely positions on those leaps. Judges look for that perfect, ideal shape in the split and the ring position. This is a back 1.5 twist to a front fold. Difficult combination when you twist both the somersaults. High energy, fun routine.
3 big hit routines for the host team, the California Golden Bears. They are comfortable here in Haas Pavilion, and it is showing. Trying to punch that ticket through. Just 2 of the 4 teams competing today will go to the Fort Worth NCAA Championships as Madison Ulrich waits for the judges to calibrate the score for Hebink before her. Ira Alexeva for Stanford on the bars now.
Love this combination, the toe onto the Higgins roll into the piked Jaeger. Really difficult combination. And a lovely pack salto with great form. Blind full into a nice high, beautifully executed double top. Not the most difficult dismount, but because she does it in combination with that full pirouette, she fulfills a requirement on bars and does it so well.
So talk about critical routines right here. Madison Ulrich now coming after Mia Hebink scored 8.25. So they need 3 hit routines to keep into this competition from the final 3 athletes for Denver.
And I assure you, all of these top teams prepare for scenarios like this. They try to do stress routines in practice, in training, to simulate this kind of pressure.
Maya Lozan starts on floor. 3.9925 for California on floor, including one just now for Cayenne Mayhew. Spectacular.
Maya starts this routine showing off her lovely, incredible flexibility, and now comes back to show you her power and technique on that front double twist into a punch front. Great job there on beam.
The goal for the California Golden Bears has been one day better, as told to us by their coaches Elizabeth Crandall Howell and Justin Howell, and she has been trying to remind her team that you are good enough to make that final day of championships. And a lot of it has to do with the leadership of Maya Lozan and MJ Frazier. They're 2 superb all-arounders and a sharp on ball.
Nice, big, beautiful full on vault. That has a maximum score of 995, but she'll get most of it because that was beautifully done. Maya Lozan on floor with the final pass, back 1.5 to a front full. Danced out of it so exquisitely. Oh, I love this routine. It just has everything in it, including pure joy.
4 times this year they've been over 198. That's the magic score if you want to contend for a national championship. Had a little bit of a blip at the Pac-12 championships, but looking outstanding here at home. Hannah Roberts, bars for Stanford. Their high score there is Sorrento's 9.9, but every other score 9.8 and above.
Oh, that's a wonderful pack salto.
Bella Mabanta for Denver on beam. Ulrich before her, 9.825. Remember, Denver's under pressure here.
That was a stunning bar routine. She put on a clinic in terms of technical precision on those elements. And Bella Mabanta is just a joy to watch on this event. She's such a natural beam performer. So this is exactly what you want in the situation that Denver finds itself in, where they don't just need a hit routine, they need a spectacular routine as well.
She has a sister, Ava, who's a sophomore, did not compete this year because of injury, but Bella delivers, the senior from Frisco, Texas.
That was beautiful.
They had to pace her from an ankle injury in January. Good to have her at full strength by the postseason as MJ Frazier takes to the floor Maya Lozana 9.95. Cal is averaging over 9.925 on floor, and they have two spectacular gymnasts to wrap it up over there.
And hang on to your hats for that sky-high double layout from MJ Frazier and Anaya Smith. If she can get the stick, she was trying a little too hard. Got a little ahead of herself. She was so excited sticking it in round 2. Oh, look at those leaps. I'm sorry, I have to gasp. The elevation and the extension in perfect shape in the air. Another beautiful ring shape in that jump. She and Maya Lozana are so different and yet so similar in how all their wonderful qualities come together to make a complete package. Power, grace, execution, polish, and just excitement. I love it.
She has the program record in the all-around for California, 37.95. They are pouring it on here at home as Jessica Hutchinson mounts the beam. Bella Mabanta had a 9.95. So remember, they're trying to replace the score of Hebink 8.25. This is a critical routine for Denver right now.
Jessica had to finesse her acro series, the front toss into the back handspring. She kept it moving, so I believe she'll get credit for the connection, which is so vital.
Lori Widner on beat bars for Stanford.
Oh, this is when I have to split my eyeballs and not miss a single thing of either of these routines. Oh, look at that handstand on top of the bar. Absolutely stunning. That was stellar. Woo, love it. And Jessica finishing up on beam. Oh, just a little step. Those little tenths of a point, they're going to add up. But she was so clutch, so tough in that situation.
The good news is that she will help them replace that 8.25. You see, Melissa Kutcher-Reinhardt, their head coach for 26 years, she had a big smile on her face, and it looked, not only she was happy, but it looked like relief, because now they had 5 solid hit routines in that rotation. Andy Lee will be the anchor competitor for Cal. Get this, MJ Frazier's score is a 9.975. So currently, they're dropping a 9.925.
Opens with a high tuck double back.
They've already tied their school record on floor with 1 routine to go.
The all-around prowess they have on this team. Look at that very difficult double leg up turn. It's called a Memel, named after Chelsea Memel, a world champion from the United States.
Jordan Kane was in the lineup. They changed the lineup late and put Andy Lee up here at the end.
Which is what I was remarking on, that they have such strong all-arounders who can step into these events. And not just step in, but step in and be great. Liz Crandall-Howe Does such a beautiful job with the music selection and the choreography, and then of course helping these athletes polish their routines to perfection.
What a performance for California on floor. No score to this point below a 9.925. Still waiting on a beam score for Hutchinson because that will be critical for Denver. And it's in, it's a 9-8. So as the scores appear on the bottom right of the screen, California with a 99-1, but Stanford and Denver tied 98-625. A clutch routine on beam for the Denver Pioneers. Keep them tied. Remember, just the top 2 out of those 4 teams go to the NCAA championships in 2 weeks. So we'll crown a winner, but in many ways, the critical decision will be who takes the second spot and the final spot into the championships. Score in for Andy Lee. It's a 9-9, and they're going to drop it. That's how good it was. Tying a school record of 49.7. California goes to the vault. Well, they'll need to be strong, but they have the lead. Stanford and Denver tied for second. Earlier today, it was Utah and Florida placing their names into the championship brackets. They are the regional final champions, Florida, and they, along with Utah, move to the championships in 2 weeks. LSU and Arkansas already placed their spots, so 6 teams are in. The final 2 will be determined right here at Cal Berkeley in the next hour. Hi, everybody. I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. Kathy, we've seen so much drama this weekend, and we're heading into the final couple of events. What are you expecting? Cal looks just superb. They were lights out on floor, but we have a really close battle for the second spot.
Well, hopefully for my heart, no more drama. But I will say this, Stanford goes to beam. They need to put themselves in the driver's seat. This is not a Jesus take the wheel moment. This is I stay in the driver's seat, foot on the pedal, and be aggressive because it's going to be close. Jessica Hutchinson came up so huge for Denver in that final spot on balance beam. So good for her. They're in it. This is going to be close for that second qualifying spot.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that rotation. NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship begins Thursday, April 18th with the semifinals on ESPN2. Then the final return to ABC on Saturday, April 20th with the live preview show at 3:30 Eastern and the meet beginning at 4 p.m.
And Bart, that is
Here
a sign.
are those highlights.
Girl beam, girl bars. Look at the exquisite beauty and power. Cal went lights out on floor exercise with Maya Lazan and MJ Frazier leading this impressive pack of floor performers. Just a beautiful display of consistent, gorgeous gymnastics.
So here is the summary at this point. Cal and Denver were tied for first after the first rotation. Now here at the halfway point, Cal has the lead with a 99-1. That's a terrific team score. Denver and Stanford currently tied. Now Cal will be on vault in this rotation. This was the event where they scored the lowest in the second round of this NCAA regional. And so Cal will need to be strong here if they're going to hold off the other teams that are performing quite well. One special note is Jessica Hutchinson on beam for Denver. Came through with a clutch hit routine there to keep them in this game. They're currently tied with Stanford for second. Maddie Williams will lead off Cal on vault, and Gracie Reeves for the Sun Devils on bars.
Cal is ranked 6th on this event in the nation. They are very capable here, especially if they can find the landings. Oh, a little hot there. This has been the hardest event. The strictest judging throughout these regionals is on vault. Great job by Gracie Reeves on uneven bars. This bullet
it was
train
on uneven
that's
bars where
Arizona
State was just lights out the other day, and that's really where they got the momentum going, wasn't it, Kathy?
Absolutely. As I said, it was like just a fast-moving train, and it is not stopping.
Claire Dean now on beam for Stanford.
Claire has a difficult acrobatic series, one of the more difficult ones, connecting a side aerial right here into a back layout step out. Really difficult.
Kylie Rorick for Denver on floor.
Top double back.
Talk about spectacular performances. It was on floor. Denver had a 49.575, averaging over 9.9 in the second round.
And they needed every bit of it to come back and clench that second spot to get here. Great job by Claire Dean, stuck the landing. Stanford is off to a brilliant start.
It was in that round that Arizona State performed so well, and along with Denver advanced, knocking out UCLA, the 11 seed.
Pike double back.
No.
I thought that was going to be low. She just looked like she didn't quite have enough speed and power going into that run. She worked as hard as she could to get it around, but not enough. Wow, beautiful 1.5 twist by Kai Mayhew. So far, 2 really strong vaults for Cal, and an unfortunate mishap on floor exercise.
This is the 3rd rotation in a row that Denver has had a miss, put themselves in a bit of a hole, and they've had to come back. So adding a great deal of pressure. Currently tied with, they're currently in 4th place, excuse me, as Cassie Barbonente, who's in the tie for second, for Arizona State, opens up on the bars. Sienna Robinson will be on the beam for Stanford.
Little bit shy of handstand on that final cast on the uneven bars. Little hop on the landing. So little things in that routine, but Arizona State, just hats off to them for what they are proving to everyone. As they said, they didn't want anybody counting them out. Back handspring layout on beam, very solid. Going to connect these leaps right here. Switch leap into a split jump. That's one of the special requirements on beam, is to connect 2 dance elements.
You talked about Arizona State peaking at the right time. How about Stanford? They came into this ranked 19th as a team. 17th, excuse me, their best event 14th on the beam. But they finally putting it all together here late in the season with a shot at making it through to the national championships. They were only 19th last year. Didn't make it to the final championship in Fort Worth.
That we had some fun with it, saying they did a Stanford. They pulled a Stanford. They have sometimes started slow, but when they put it together, it may be right at the end of season, but it's perfect timing.
Momoaki Iwai and MJ Frazier will vault next.
Oh, keep your eye on that vault. This is a double twisting Yurchenko, the most difficult vault in the competition. That was a gorgeous tumbling pass. Watch this round off on. Double twist off. Oh, man. You could see her look for that landing while she was still in the air. She wanted that badly.
Big congratulations from John Carney. And there's Justin Howell, the head coach. John Carney, the assistant. MJ Frazier only at a 9.85 for that vault in the qualifying round. Second round of the championships here. Expect a better score today for that solid landing.
Another terrific tumbling pass. Boy, she can fly and lift off the floor. She's tiny, but the elevation that she gets on her leaps and tumbling, superb.
The junior out of Dallas, Momo Iwai. Brendan Ault will be next for Stanford. The scores there on vault. 9.85 for Dean. Sienna Robinson, a 9.825 on beam.
Brenna has a triple series on balance beam. It's this first sequence, 3 back-to-back-to-back skills. 2 back handsprings, layout step out, solid.
Sienna Samali for Arizona State on bars.
Keeping this momentum going, showing off all the hard work they have put into this moment is showing, and it's such a pleasure to see.
You see the arms raised for their head coach, Jay Santos, in his 8th season. Came into this 22nd in the country, but just having a superb competition here at the regional final.
They've just launched their ranking straight up, and Brennan Ault finishes strong. They are holding tough on beam and in a beautiful, elegant way.
Rosie Casali for Denver. Remember, that first score was a 9.075 for Rorick. Iwai got a 9.875. Denver once again putting some pressure on themselves. They need hits. On the left of your screen, Maya Lozan ready to vault after MJ Frazier got a 9.9 today.
She has good power on this event. Just the most exquisite execution and form. I just jumped out of my seat.
You know, how can you do a vault that is actually elegant? That is really something special.
As I said, I mean, her power is deceiving. So much of it is, yes, it's a physical quality, but it's technical expertise as well. They have just mastered the technique and then polished the form. 2.5 twist to a punch front. Denver is definitely fighting, that's for sure.
They're going crazy here in Haas Pavilion. Maya Lozan got a 10. Well deserved for a vault so high so far. And we've seen, as you mentioned earlier, Kathy, the scores have been rather tight on vault this week, but that one was hard to deny.
Yes, and she was set up beautifully by her teammates, especially MJ with the double twist right before and a great landing. So it's teamwork.
Manga Haas on bars, coming after Samali had a 9.9 for Arizona State.
Double wolf turn, difficult turn on beam, more than fulfilling that requirement of a single full turn on one foot. Jada Manga Haas finishing strong. The composure that Stanford is showing, the confidence that they are performing, not just competing, but performing on beam. One of the prettiest dancers on floor exercise, Bella Mabanta, coming up. You don't want to miss this routine, so split your eyeballs here to watch the finish of Ira's beam, a front gainer with a full twist.
Two straight 9.875s for Denver on floor.
Front layout to a Rudy.
After that 10 of Maya Lozan on vault, here is Jaden Silvers for Cal.
Doing the same vault that Maya did, the 1.5 Yurchenko. A big hop, but a nice vault.
Kathy, it's really interesting, the transition for California. We've known them as superb on bars and beam, but they have really come on strong of late on the leg events, vault and floor.
Oh, wish you could see the smile on my face. I love that routine. The choreography, the music, the way she performs just lights up the arena.
Still waiting on a beam score, but that gives me a moment, Kathy, to ask you. I mean, we're just seeing such exquisite execution here. I mean, it just seems to be everywhere we look is high quality technique, form, and elegant gymnastics.
These teams have been known for that. To see it on display in such a competitive way is something really special.
Here is Chloe Widner on beam, along side by side with Emily White for ASU on bars.
Chloe's 10-0 at Cal was her first, and the first 10 for Stanford since E.B. Price, the great E.B. Price. So it would be something if she could pull that off here. She has been set up so well by her teammates for a big score. Gorgeous front aerial to a split jump. The elevation on both those skills and how seamlessly she connected them was extraordinary.
Madison Ulrich for Denver on floor. Mabanta score 9.85.
Oh, that can't get her full. That was something. That was something special. Open, tough,
Kathy, you
double
mentioned
back.
the 10. The 4 judges at the regional competition, different than the regular season where there are just 2 judges. So when we saw Maya Lozan's 10, that means at least 3 of the 4 judges had to score 10, because they dropped the high and the low and they averaged the 2 in the middle. Harder to get 10s in the postseason, but we saw one already today. Will we see another? Ella Cesario now for Cal on vault.
Finishes with a big fall.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, that's a maximum of 995, but she's gonna get a lot of that 995 because she really flew. Found a beautifully controlled landing. Wow, Cal was on fire on vault.
They have handled vault better than any team so far this weekend here at the California Regional. Great landings, superb execution.
And a superb floor for Denver. They were so good in round 2 on this event.
Portia Trinidad for Stanford.
And this is the one change in the lineup they made from round 2.
Anna Roberts was in the lineup, and she scored a 9.25 in the second round. So Portia Trinidad gets the call here. Anchor spot. 9.95 was the score for Widner before her.
Just a little unsure, had to take an extra step out of that back handspring layout.
Sarah Clark on bars for Arizona State.
Oh, showing nice amplitude on both those releases, the single bar on the high bar, as well as that pack salto to low. Portia is settling in beautifully on beam now. Double layout, just exquisite in the air. I got to come up with some new words because they are just really, they're all just creating such a tapestry for us. Pure artistry. And the dismount back handspring gainer full. Oh, good for her. A little correction on the landing. Just had that one balance check and an extra step out of her acro series, but way to step up and into the lineup.
They had a 49.45, just under a 9.9 average in the second round. They already have a 49.35, so they have 5 hit solid routines. That's not the same story for Denver. Denver had a miss with Rorik, so Madison Ulrich got a 9.9. Once again, all the pressure of the meet on the shoulders of Jessica Hutchinson in the anchor spot, and they need a hit because they need to replace that 9.075.
Not only can she handle this kind of pressure, she can deliver a great performance. She has scored a 10 before on this event.
Total of 4 in her career, 3 on floor.
She needs absolute perfection on this landing. Well done. Such a complete performance, very clean on her tumbling. She's so controlled on the landing. Very expressive.
Get this, Kathy,
in her
a
dance.
9.875 or better will put Denver in second. Is it possible? California
Considering the
comfortably in the
9.9
lead.
before her, yes, I believe it is possible.
Hutchinson, the daughter of Bulgarian Olympian Silvia Mitova. Her grandmother also, Maya Mitova from Bulgaria, also an Olympian back in 1972. Grandfather was an Olympic coach, Zarko Mitov of Bulgaria. So they emigrated to the United States many years ago, and it's been fun to watch her now. Hard to believe she's a senior from Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania, competing for Denver.
Hard to believe we covered her mother throughout her career, Bart. I don't mind aging us.
Are you saying we're old, Kathy?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't feel old.
Jessica Hutchinson, a 9.95. So how about that? Denver, on the strength of that performance, replaces the 9.075 with a 9.95. Bam, they're in second place after Kat. The NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship begins Thursday, April 18th with the semifinals on ESPN2. Then the final returns to ABC on Saturday, April the 20th with a live preview show at 3:30 Eastern and the meet beginning at 4 p.m. We will crown the final two teams into that championship in Fort Worth after the end of this final rotation. We have a great one. Cal is performing spectacularly at home. They have a lead by over a half a point. But look at how close second and third is. Denver has a 148.075, just 1/10 of a point behind them is Stanford. And the key is 2 teams out of 4 make it to Fort Worth. So it'll come down to the final performances here in this last rotation. Some amazing highlights, including a perfect 10 in the last rotation, Kathy.
This was just pure pleasure watching the mastery in her technique, the polish of her form, the joy that she performs with. And Chloe Widner put on a clinic. Gorgeous execution, poise, grace, everything.
All right, so the stage is set. After the first rotation, it was Cal and Denver tied. Cal has not ever been in the lead today. Denver back up in second, but Stanford just 1/10 of a point behind them. As we go to the fourth and final rotation, and another shout out to Jessica Hutchinson, because with that 9-9 for Denver on floor, that has kept them in contention.
So Cal goes to what is one of their very best events. They don't have a weak event, but they are superb on both beam and the uneven bars. They are known throughout the nation as a great bar team.
Cal will be on bars in this rotation. Now Denver will be on the vault. This was their lowest scoring event in the qualifying rounds.
The tricky thing about this event is going big and still finding the landing. A good start. That was a big Yurchenko full 995 start value, so that's the max.
Mila Brush, the younger sister of Aria Brush from Auburn, getting them off to a great start as Maya Lazan. Let's see what she can do following up her 10 on vault. She's the leadoff competitor for Cal on the bars.
What she can do is fly from bar to bar with seeming ease. And it's that technique, the hard work that they put in. Full twisting double back, and just, oh my gosh, the landings they are finding. Incredible.
One of those magical events where just everything seems to be going right for the home team in front of this adoring home crowd. Cal looks comfortably in a spot where they can punch a ticket, but who will get the final one? Kayla Lee now for Arizona State on beam, and Claire Dean for Stanford on floor.
Kayla opened with a beautiful triple series on beam. This is a front. Rudy out of kind of like a Tinsica. It almost looked like she was going to round off. It was interesting, unique. Great job by Arizona State. I am so impressed by and happy for this Arizona State team.
They came into this competition in 22nd in the country, and here they find themselves competing admirably in the regional finals.
Difficult combination here. Round off, back 1.5 to a front full.
Amanda Hargraves will be next up for Denver on vault. Quick comparison. This was the lowest scoring event for Denver the other day, and for Stanford on floor, what they're tied with is one of their highest scoring events on floor.
Nice big full, little hop. So a 1/10 of a point on that landing, but really nicely executed in flight. Strong routine for Stanford to start off their floor rotation.
Stanford averaged just under 9.9 on floor. They had a 49.475 the other day. Denver on vault had their lowest score, 49.025. So based on those numbers coming into this competition, you would think Stanford has an advantage to get the other qualifying spot, but anything can happen, as we have seen. Ella Cesario now for Cal on bars, as Kimberly Smith is on beam for Arizona State.
Watch this floaty Jaeger on the bars, nice and high and right into the overshoot. Nicely connected. Perfect handstand right on top. Double layout and a stick. I would say that's getting old, but nope, it is not getting old.
Everything going right for the Cal Golden Bears today at home.
Nice and solid on the back handspring layout.
Kayla Lee led off Arizona State on beam with a 9.9. 3/10 behind Stanford coming into this rotation. 4/10 out of second place. Amanda Zhang for Stanford. 9.85 was the score for Claire Dean in that leadoff spot for the Cardinal.
Hold on, hold on. Oh, couldn't quite hold on to the stick on beam. You have to hold that position for a full second. Handspring front pie calf.
Good job for Maddie
coaches
Ulrich.
loved it. That is a 10-0 start value as well on vault.
Denver scoring better than they did in the second round here. They have a 9.85 for Brush and a 9.825 for Hargraves.
Well, I love that both these two teams fighting for that second spot are doing everything possible to earn it.
Gracie Reeves now for Arizona State. .9775 the score for Kimberly Smith before her, but Kayla Lee had that strong 9.9 leadoff as Andy Lee goes on the bars after Cesario had a 9.925.
Wow, that Jaeger
breathtaking.
literally took flight. I wasn't sure it was coming down. That's called virtuosity, when you take a skill all the way to its fullest.
Oh my goodness.
Great routine. But that straddle Jaeger, that was something special. She completed and turned it over, still well above the bar. Especially for gymnastics purists out there, when you see skills perform like that, it's just such a thrill. Great job by Gracie Reeves on beam.
Under the howls for Cal, they have done superbly well in the last several years. Top 10 almost every year, 7th last year. They have a team that could contend for a national championship this year. If anybody can challenge Oklahoma, Cal will certainly be giving it their best. Victoria Cluck on floor for Stanford. Casali for Denver on vault.
This is a double layout. Stepped out of bounds. That's a 1/10 of a point. Oh, I thought she was going to get the stick on vault, but hopped back. I'm trying to go back and forth between these two routines.
Casale had a 9.725 yesterday. Excuse me, in the second round. Expect her to score a little bit better there for just a slight hop back.
The only tricky part about that is when the hop is backwards. Sometimes the judges can take an under rotation deduction in addition to the hop.
Meanwhile, for Stanford on floor, Amanda Zhang had a 9.9. This is a great event for the Cardinal.
Perfect landing out of that double tuck. Just the step out of bounds, so that's a 1/10 of a point off. So the highest score this could be is a 9.9, the very highest.
Sarah Clark on beam. Reeves before her had their second straight 9.775.
Triple series here on beam. Loving the consistency.
MJ Frazier set to go for Cal on bars after Andy Lee, an outstanding 9.95.
MJ is so dynamic on the bars, powerful swinger, nice precise half pirouette on the low bar. Effortless final cast right to that vertical position and into the double layout. Oh! Could not quite hold on to the stick. Just that little shuffle of the 1 foot out. She's like,
Frazier
oh.
family. In
so they're all perfectionists.
Here.
Oh, don't let perfect be the enemy of good, of great, actually.
Gymnastics enthusiasts will know, of course, her sister, Mark Zetta, competes for UCLA, who so disappointed they didn't qualify through to this regional final. Back to vault now for Denver. Rosie Casale had a 9.825. So solid scores, all between 9.825 and 9.85, and their biggest vaults coming up now.
They need two big ones right here. Riley has a 1.5 twist, a great landing, absolutely great landing. We've seen bigger vaults with more amplitude, but whether that figures into the score, we'll have to see, because there's no deduction when you don't move your feet on the landing.
Brendan Ault on floor for Stanford. Victoria Cluck before her, the 9.75, currently the low score in this rotation for the Cardinal. That would be the one they'd like to replace.
Brenna's dance is just so artistic, so clean. The position she shows in the air on her leaps. This is a 1.5 twist, otherwise known as a Rudy.
Hannah Scharf on beam, Arizona State. Sarah Clark had a 9.775, so 3 9.775s for Arizona State. Will not allow them to move up in the team standings here in this fourth and final event, considering the others are hitting so well.
Back 1.5 to front layout. Little balance check on beam. Great floor performance. I love the subtle nuances in that routine, but also the dynamics in her dance as well. What an inspiring competition Arizona State has had at these regionals. So impressive.
Gabby Perea coming after MJ Frazier. 9.9, third score 9.9 or better for Cal in this final rotation. If they keep it up, they're going to earn one of those 2 spots, the remaining 2 spots into the national championship. Who will earn the other? Denver, Stanford, Arizona State.
Oh,
another
goodness
hit.
gracious. I'm just telling you, they were like lightning
They can do
in
no
this competition.
wrong. John Carney, the assistant coach formerly at Missouri, did a superb job there. You see him getting set for their final competitor. He's in his 2nd season there with the Howells, and back to vault now, Hutchinson.
Always coming up big, coming up clutch in the moment. Her fierceness.
Amazing, and she's coming after Riley Mundell had a 9-9. So Denver already scoring higher than they scored in the 2nd round. Will it be enough? Because Stanford is pouring it out on the floor. Brennan Nault a 9-9, and here is Anna Roberts. She had a 9-9-5 in the 2nd round.
Front lay to Rudy. Very clean, tuck double back.
Oh, and a fall for Arizona State. Unfortunate. Emily White after Hannah Sharp had a 9-8-5. So they started off with a 9-9 from Kayla Lee in that leadoff spot. But Arizona State will not advance as a result of this 4th and final rotation. They were trailing, and just unfortunate, the momentum and the wind went out of their sails after having such an amazing competition in the 2nd round here at Cal.
Watch the effortless swing of Maddie Williams on
Maddie
the
Williams.
uneven pars. High skills, effortless swing, straight arm work. It is just textbook. The entire bar team has been impeccable.
After Pereira's 9-9-5, it was one of those meets where everything went right for the Cal Golden Bears.
The judges could have almost just sat back and enjoyed it, put the hands behind their head. And
they haven't hosted the regional competition in 11 years here at Haas Pavilion. This year they have the quality competitors to lead this regional final. They have a 198-175. That's before the score of Maddie Williams. Here is Chloe Widner, the anchor competitor for Stanford, after Anna Roberts had another 9-9-5.
Front layout to a nice and easy front full.
A 9-8-7-5 right now for Chloe Widner will tie them with Denver. They will win the tiebreak based on the tie-breaking procedures that we'll explain later. But if it's more than a 9-8-7-5, it's in the books for the Stanford Cardinal, the 19th ranked team, unseeded into this regional championship. Can they come all the way up to earn one of those coveted top 8 spots to the Nationals 2 weeks from now?
Hold your breath. Wow. Great control.
What do you think, Kathy?
My gosh. My goodness.
Keep this in mind. We're qualifying individuals as well as teams. If Chloe Widner scores 9-9 or even 9-8-7-5, she will go with her Stanford Cardinal. If not, because she's the all-around champion here, if Stanford does not make it through, she would go as an individual. But believe me, right now, Stanford is thinking we want to be the other team going out of this Bay Area regional. What a treat.
They have literally left everything on the floor. In fact, more than everything that they've given all season long. And what?
Oh, how about this? It's a 10. So not only does Stanford go through, but on a 10 from the Gymnast of the Year, Chloe Widner. So the Bay Area team's storybook endings for both Cal and Stanford in this regional final. What a thrill, Kathy.
You literally read my mind, took the words right out of my mouth. A storybook ending. I was thinking it as you said it. My goodness.
Tabitha Yim, the head coach at Stanford, in her 7th season. She herself a former elite athlete and Stanford gymnast. Brought back in 7 years ago. They had a slow start. There she is on the right of your screen. A slow start to the season, and the whole season was built around the idea of own it. Our work now, and the acronym OWN. And today, it appears that they have owned a spot into the NCAA championship.
Bart, do you
edging
remember
out the
last year?
6th ranked team, Denver.
Do you remember last year their theme, flip the script? That's what Stanford said. They just double flipped the script.
They pulled a Stanford
twist.
again, Kathy.
Wow.
That has become a part of gymnastics nomenclature. They pulled a Stanford. For some reason, the best performance when they needed it. Cal, they could do no wrong today, Kathy, could they?
No, that was just, it was masterful and joyful at the same time, because they've worked and prepared so hard all season long. They believed last year's national is what propelled them to this moment, because they knew in that moment, yes, they were a young team, but they knew they belonged, that they could compete with anybody in the country. And then they just set about, did the work, and built the consistency that you need to be able to shine like this in a pressure moment.
And Denver, it's not like they gave it away. They scored higher than they did in the 2nd round, but Stanford punched their ticket. So it's California and Stanford. Those are the 8 teams that have punched their tickets to the national championship. The only unranked team, the Stanford Cardinal, and they do it on a 10 at the end of the competition from their superstar, senior, 5th-year senior Chloe Widner.
The Arizona State Sun Devils.
What a nod to the Pac-12.
In third place,
Pac-12 has come to an end, and 2 of their teams will go to nationals.
The Denver Pioneers. Advancing to nationals in 2nd place with a score of 197.575, the Stanford Cardinal.
It's a little bit soft.
And also advancing to nationals with the top score today of 198.275, the California Golden Bears.
They're rocking in Haas Pavilion for the California Bears. and the Stanford Cardinal.
Let's
and it
go.
seems like every season we get Tabitha Yim on the call and ask Tabitha, well, how did you do it again? Kathy has termed the phrase, you pulled a Stanford.
Oh, I like that. If
No,
that's
but
what
I
that
also-
means, then I hope we pull a Stanford all the time. That was awesome.
Absolutely. Tabitha, I said last year, because I remembered you guys said you wanted to flip the script. I just said you double flipped the script with a full twist. Please tell us what you want to say about this special team.
First of all, you know, it takes a village, and I'm so grateful to be surrounded by such amazing and incredible staff who give everything that they have for this team. We would not be able to do it if not for all of them. So, you know, Vince and Hallie, man, it was a really tough season. We started off slow. We encountered so much adversity, and I just can't say enough about the staff. And then the team, they stepped up. Every single person has contributed to our success this year, and I am so proud of them.
What about Chloe Widner? How do you assess the contribution she's made to this program over her career, and then tonight, of all things, to end up with a 10 on floor?
Gosh, I'm so glad she came back for that 5th year, let me tell you. But I think one of the best parts about being a head coach is to be able to watch the journey from freshman year until senior year or 5th year. And it has been such a privilege to watch her grow and to develop as a student, as an athlete, as a leader. And man, she showed up tonight, so we are just so proud.
Congratulations, Tabitha, and good luck at 2 weeks from now in Fort Worth, Texas. Pull another Stanford
Let's
there.
go.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so
You
much.
gave us a thrill.
Thank you.
What a night here at the Haas Pavilion. Gutsy gymnastics, elegant gymnastics, gutsy competition. This had it all, didn't it, Kathy?
Yes, there needs to be another word. We need to create another magical word for what we just experienced. We didn't just see it. I felt this. It was so incredible.
The last time the Stanford Cardinal made it to the national championship was 28-16. They came into this competition ranked 19th in the country and end up finishing in a spot at the national championships among the top 8. The other team that could do no wrong today was the California Golden Bears, and of course they're led by the effervescent Maya Lozan. You did it again 2 days in a row, Maya. How were you exhausted? How did you come up with another brilliant performance here in the final?
Yeah, I mean, all of our training just comes into play, and, you know, we really translate that into competition. And, I mean, we've had so many double meet weekends in the past couple weeks, so we've really prepared for this. But, I mean, it was our last meet in Haas this season and second day of regionals. And so, you know, we wanted to just come out here and perform and celebrate with freedom and joy, and we did just that. And it was such an amazing experience to just be out here.
Oh my, I have jumped up and down watching your gymnastics. And something you said yesterday in or 2 days ago in our interview was that a centerpiece of your team is joy. And that is what I'm seeing. But I mean, to be able to compete so perfectly and yet joyously, tell us how that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh God, sorry, my voice is so gone. I'm screaming all day, but yeah, I mean, all the way back from preseason, we talk about our core values, and joy is definitely such a heavy one, and we carry that through the entire season. And we're now at the end of postseason, and you know, like I said yesterday, there's no holding back, and there's nothing to dwell on. And you know, we just go out there and have fun because we do the best when we're competing. You know, at our happiest, and you know, sharing a lot of joy amongst each other. But yeah, definitely. So we just share that amongst each other, and it's just a really great feeling. So yeah.
And aside from the
Congratulations,
joy,
Maya. Last year you were one performance away from the final night, but in the national championship, but you have the team this year. Kathy, look at these spectacular highlights.
this is excellence personified. She embodies all that is so crucial to the best gymnastics. She makes it look effortless, beautiful, joyful. and yes, to some, impossible.
So what happens next? How do you repeat this one more time? Last year, as we mentioned, you were one routine away from the final night. What's going to make the difference this year, Maya?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just like, sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, last season we just had such an uncharacteristic thing happen, but this season, you know, we went in with a goal and we've stuck to it, and now we're making it to nationals. We made the Elite Eight, and that's already such an accomplishment for us. So, you know, we're just going to go in, give it our all like we've been doing all season, and just, you know, perform with joy like we just did today and this entire weekend, and, you know, we're just going to compete with joy and everything. It's going to be great.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. I think they're waiting for you to put your name on that really beautiful blue background over there. Oh, what a picture that
Kathy,
is.
we saw this team in January at the quad meet that we covered early in the year, and to see the development of this team throughout the season and how they have shown such refined, elegant gymnastics, and at the same time, gutsy competition.
That's been there all along, and we lovingly refer to them as gym rats, because these gymnasts love being in the gym. You talk to their coaches, they all just love getting to the gym, doing the work, watching their videos. How do I perfect every little thing, the attention to detail? And it's
Here's the moment of truth for the Cal Golden Bears. They were there last year, but hoping to make it to the championship session in Fort Worth 2 weeks from now. They have the team that could challenge for a national title. We'll come back and wrap this one up from Berkeley in a moment. The NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship begins Thursday, April 18th with the semifinals on ESPN2. Then the final returns to ABC on Saturday, April 20th. The live preview show at 3:30 Eastern and the meet beginning at 4 p.m. It's going to be spectacular. For more information on all 90 NCAA championships, visit ncaa.com. So here is your bracket for the national semifinals. Throughout this weekend, it started with 36 teams. It's down to 8. LSU, California, Arkansas, and Stanford. Oklahoma, Florida, Utah, and Alabama. Oklahoma has won 6 of the last 9 years. They are the favorite to win, but boy, it's guaranteed to be a spectacular championship. Everyone, I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark, my fellow Olympian. And Kathy, I know you announced earlier this year that you're retiring at the end of the season, and I want you to know I've been trying to think all day about the best way to tribute you. I love you. I appreciate your passion for this sport and how much you have given to the sport, not only as an athlete, as an advocate, but also as an announcer, celebrating these magnificent young ladies. Your final thoughts.
I feel like the Grinch who stole Christmas. My heart's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I have loved every minute. Working with you, Bart, covering this sport we have both loved since we were a little girl and a little boy chasing a dream. And it has never let go of my heart. I love these athletes, this sport, the coaches, everything about it. It's been the gift of a lifetime, and it's a gift that keeps on giving. So thank you, gymnastics.
Kathy, I want to tell you, I asked the most discerning judge I know, Miss Nadia Comaneci, my lovely bride. I said, what do you think about Kathy's career? And she says, I give her a 10.
It's my first one.
Thank you, Kathy. We love you.
Thank you.
All right, what a show here today from the Haas Pavilion in California. Cal and Stanford advance. For Kathy Johnson-Clark and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Bart Connor. Thanks for joining us for the final, regional final from California.